David Miller down at City Hall. Word on the street is that you got the unofficial Toronto anthem, T.O.'d from Abdominal featuring Notes to Self. You know I gotta hear that. Check it out.
Welcome to Toronto. Welcome to Toronto, brother.
Yeah.
Welcome to Toronto. Welcome
Whether
to
you
Toronto.
call it Toronto, a T-dot, T-O, Screwface capital like Theo, the Big Smoke, Hot Town, Mega City. It's where I'm from, frankly, couldn't pick a better city to call home. From the 401 of Sky Dome.
I am Skam. I'm a graffiti artist, and I grew up in the east side of Toronto. I've been doing graffiti since 1992 here in Toronto, and I still currently do graffiti. I would describe my work as being very clean, very graphic, very colorful. It's pretty much my passion in life. I've made a career out of it, and I never thought that I would make any money off of it. To me, it was like sort of an escape because I had a really rough childhood, and it was just a way to escape. And it was the first time people actually acknowledged me and like gave me respect for doing something. My first piece, it was actually August 1993. I had a spot on the what is called the Hall of Fame in Toronto, the Wall of Fame, which is in between Dundas Street West subway station and Keele Street station. I had the first spot on the Remax wall along with a lot of the old school graffiti artists. The way I found out about the whole wall was I saw it on Rap City on Much Music, and I quickly went down there as soon as I saw the feature, and I ran into a guy named Bass. He had already heard of me. He was like, hey, you want this spot? And basically I got the spot. So that was my first piece. I didn't write Skam, I wrote Test, T-E-S-T. Graffiti came along because I was in love with hip-hop music and the culture. I thought I was the first graffiti artist in Canada because I never saw it around my neighborhood at all. I only saw it in the movie. Graffiti's about typeface and style of typeface. That's what graffiti is. Number one thing in graffiti is lettering, and that's what I do. Characters and backgrounds and like that is secondary. I think it's good to be legible, you know what I mean? A lot of the great masters in graffiti don't do wild style, you know what I mean? They do legible pieces because the whole point of graffiti was, in New York, was to do something on the train and for someone to read it. If you couldn't read it, then it doesn't make sense. Because the whole point of graffiti started out with, you know, inner city kids in the Bronx and all over New York that didn't have anything else but graffiti to uplift them, have them hope for something better and just make them feel good about something. Coming from the east side of Toronto, I was a solo artist because I would spend a significant time in New York in the mid-90s. You know, I was pretty much the first graffiti artist to go down to New York and paint all the boroughs and get to know some of these legends in New York. I was in a pretty big crew called Coda Crew. I was one of the original members. It was Duro, Case, myself, Insight, Alone, Exist, a few other guys. It was really small, maybe about 7 dudes. Now it's like 40. Then I started teaming up with a guy named Whisper, and he put me down in a crew called DOH, and that was like late 90s. From 2000 on, I was with HSA, and it's been 8, 9 years, and it's been a good experience, great experience actually.
Welcome to Toronto. Welcome to Toronto. Welcome to Toronto, brother.
Yeah.
Welcome to Toronto. Welcome
Whether
to
you call it Toronto, a T-dot, T-O, Screwface capital like Theo, the Big Smoke, Hot Town, Mega City. It's where I'm from, frankly, couldn't pick a better city to call home. From the 401 of Sky Dome, Scarborough over West.